if even half of it is true, then he's toast. I mean, it's a very detailed indictment, and it's very, very damning. And this idea of presenting Trump as a victim here, a victim of a witch hunt, is ridiculous.
You're going to make me say it on national TV, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of. Go ahead.
Here we go. I agree with Bill Barr on this point. I think he's right about this indictment. It is a detailed, fact-based, specifically sourced and cited indictment. Look, I've seen a lot of indictments in my career. Some indictments are sort of so general you can't really tell. This one is on point, and I think he's in real trouble. The other thing that I think is, that I agree with Bill Barr is, it's entirely self-inflicted by Donald Trump. When you read this narrative, if he had just at any point said, guys, give him the documents back, it would have been over. He didn't actually get charged for any of the documents that were voluntarily turned over to archives. No criminal charges on that. So,
but another piece of context, I think, is that Bill Barr is a flawed messenger fundamentally, right?
Yes.
He didn't come out and say, well, actually, I, too, was a person who helped weaponize the Justice Department,
Thank you, yes.
He's not saying that. He's just saying, hey, look, this case is really solid. And I do think that affects how he's heard by both diehard supporters, and I don't want to talk about how wide that group is, but also people who are in the maybe category. Is there a problem here? Should we think a little bit more about how justice is applied? Is there something going on at the Justice Department? Those people will not be calmed by hearing someone like Bill Barr, who just sort of like has such a messy history of comments around various investigations on behalf of Trump. They're not going to hear him and be like, oh, okay, now I've got some real, Bill Barr said this. And a lot of people are in that position who are coming out now to say one thing or another. They've already spent a lot of time behind Donald Trump making the arguments that they are now speaking out against.
Yeah, it's there's nothing black and white in this when it comes to the actual supporters. Guys, thank you. Guarantee you you're coming back. Do not go anywhere. We won't allow it. Also, Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, will join us live to weigh in on the allegations against his former boss and, most importantly, the highly sensitive documents former President Trump is accused of keeping at Mar-a-Lago.
Plus, a miracle in the Amazon. A group of children found alive after more than a month. How officials say they were able to survive in the jungle.
Our heritage is ingrained in our skin. And even when we metamorphosize into our new, evolved form, we carry that spirit with us. Because you can take Alfa Romeo out of Italy, but you best believe you can't take the Italy out of an Alfa Romeo.
We definitely have ants in here.
Not for long.
Nice.
What's going on here? I said get a pro.
I did get a pro.
An Orkin Pro. I got you.
Got ants? Don't call any pro. Call the Orkin Pro. Orkin, the best in pests.
This is Sadie. She's on Verizon, and she has the new My Plan, where she gets exactly what she wants and only pays for what she needs. She picks only the perks she wants and saves on every one, all with an incredible new iPhone. Act now and get iPhone 14 Pro on us when you switch. It's your Verizon.
From prom dresses to workouts and new adventures, you hope the more you give, the less they'll miss. But even if your teen was vaccinated against meningitis in the past, they may be missing vaccination for meningitis B. Although uncommon, up to 1 in 5 survivors of meningitis will have long-term consequences. Now, as you're thinking about all the vaccines